everyone, and welcome to the Dakota Fundraising News Podcast. Today is Wednesday, June 18th. You have myself here in the studio today, solo episode. Excited to be bringing you all a ton of news. Quick housekeeping, just one episode this week, as we'll be celebrating the Juneteenth holiday. Later on this week, we'll be taking a short break from Friday, but look out, we have our Dakota Live call on Friday. If you haven't listened to them, it's crazy that you're here because most people go to that first. But if you haven't listened into one of those, check it out on Friday live from the studio with our fundraising team talking through all of the key news across the industry as well as the metro area of Philadelphia. We are very excited to have a great slate of events coming up. You can check them all out on our website, New York City, Chicago, Washington, D.C., just to name a few. And then we will be in Paris, Dubai, and London 2 more times this year for our international listeners listening in. Just going to jump right into it today, though, and we'll start off with our job changes. So starting at the Pennsylvania Public School Employees Retirement System, keeping with our Philadelphia theme, the board has appointed CIO Benjamin Cotton as the interim executive director. Moving to Dallas for another pension, we have the Dallas Police and Fire Pension System. They have appointed Luis Solorzano Trejo as a new investment analyst to their team. And then for our folks in the Middle East, if you haven't checked out our Middle East webinar, please do. Kevin Zhu has left OPTrust and joined the Qatar Investment Authority as Chief of Investment Strategy. Moving into the RIA segment for the day, we'll start out at the Montana-based Evergreen Wealth Partners, which is a new firm formed by Locke Bellefeldt and Evan Harris. They were formerly affiliated with LPL as part of the Willamette Wealth Partners. Willamette Valley is my favorite wine, is a nice fun fact. They oversaw $217 million in client assets. Moving down to Florida, we have Justin Rees, who has been affiliated with the Avantax network since 2020. He has registered a new RIA under the name Cambria Wealth Management in Sarasota. As I said, Rees was affiliated with Avantax through Axala Wealth Advisors. Previously, he was with R.W. Baird and Wells Fargo. And finally, onto the West Coast, really covering all of our bases today, we have Yarash Global Solutions, a brand new RIA launched in Glendale, California by Michael Stewart, who recently left Morgan Stanley for this new venture. Moving on to the institutional side for the day, we'll continue in California with Sacramento, where the Sacramento County Employees Retirement System has made a recent commitment to Riverside Value Fund 2. That is a lower middle market buyout private equity fund. There's a $35 million allocation. They are reviewing their global equity manager portfolio as well, and that review has resulted in a recommendation of adding a $250 million investment to Acadian Global All-Country Equity Extension. And then they'll be converting their international small cap value strategy to non-U.S. small cap developed equity, with $195 million being affected in that change. On the investment consultant contracts for Sacramento, still here, they have signed an additional 2 years with both Veris and the Townsend Group. Moving over to searches, we have the Pembroke Pines Police Officers Pension Fund. That could be a tongue twister. They have made a search for private real estate, specifically core plus, or value-add real estate. It's a $95 million search. They're using DeHaab as their consultant. Deadline is the end of July on the 29th. They are located in Florida. That is the Pembroke Pines Firefighter and Police Officers Pension Fund. That is kind of a tongue twister. Good luck saying that 5 times fast. Again, looking for core plus, and value-add real estate, $95 million total. Moving over to the institutional side, we have the State University's Retirement System of Illinois. Speaking of which, I'm really starting to miss college football, so can't wait for that to be back. Hopefully Illinois has a good year for our folks out in Chicago. They manage about $25 billion. They use Makita, Callan, and Axia as consultants, both generally and for real estate and private equity. And they have some updates we want to call out. First, they have a search update for their multi-strategy credit. That is CFI Partners and Oak Tree Capital Management being awarded with credit mandates of up to $200 million and $500 million, respectively. And then a search update for their convertible fixed income strategy. That is Advent Capital Management. They were awarded a convertible fixed income mandate of up to $200 million. It always confuses me because you obviously have Advent International, the large private equity firm, but you also have Advent Capital Management, different firms, not affiliated, both world-class managers that we know really, really well. So if you both happen to be listening in, congratulations to Advent Capital Management here for that convertible fixed income win, and Advent International. Thank you for your continued support. Finally, we'll wrap up with the fundraising updates. We have Quantum Capital Group. They are aiming to raise $4.5 billion for Quantum Energy Fund 9. That is a oil and gas focused fund. That is the flagship fund at Quantum. Fund 8 raised $5.5 billion. So looking to do really similar, a little less than last year after they made that close. This is more of an update, not a currently fundraising. Well, actually, this is a currently fundraising, but more of an update. Partners Group, as you all recall, has launched a number of open-ended funds. This is one. It's their open-ended private credit fund that launched in 2016. It has reached $2.3 billion in size. The fund is a portfolio of more than 140 primarily senior secured debt loans available to investors in Europe, Middle East, and Asia. So a nice international fund. Partners Group, if you aren't familiar, where have you been? But Partners Group has over $48 billion in AUM globally across the Evergreen product suite, which continues to grow, as well as the private equity, infrastructure, and royalties. And finally, to wrap it up for the day, we have Eastend Ventures, a firm you maybe have not heard of, an early stage venture fund who's raising their Fund 1. They are based in Australia. They target $50 million for this fund for companies in South Australia, Western Australia, and Queensland, Australia. The fund is called Eastward Ventures Fund 1. They have had their first close with $13 million. Like I said, shorter episode today and solo. That will wrap it up from us here in the studio. We look forward to seeing you all next week. Eventually, we'll get back on our regular cadence. It looks like next week will be a full week with 2 episodes, but then we have the week of the 4th of July where we'll likely only have 1. We may not even, but we'll keep you posted next week on that. And then from there, it looks like we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming through at least Labor Day. Thank you, everyone. We hope everyone has safe travels. I know a lot of people are here on vacation here on the East Coast. We've been getting just crushed by rain here in Philly and New York. It feels like we live in Seattle, which is somewhere I quite love, but it's I asked for Philly, not Seattle. So thanks, everyone, for listening in, and we'll be back soon.
This episode is brought to you by Dakota Marketplace. Are you tired of constantly jumping between multiple databases and channels to find the right investment opportunities? Introducing Dakota Marketplace, the comprehensive institutional and intermediary database built by fundraisers for fundraisers. With Dakota Marketplace, you'll have access to all channels and asset classes in one place, saving you time and streamlining your fundraising process. Say goodbye to the frustration of searching through multiple databases, websites, Form ADVs, and say hello to a seamless and efficient fundraising experience. Sign up now and see the difference Dakota Marketplace can make for you. Visit dakota.com/Dakota-Marketplace today.